We have a number of exciting lots in our modern and contemporary auction, and I'm going to draw your attention to two. They are both by multimedia artist Daniel Arsham. This is a reimagined Game Boy. It's called Console 2, and it's a multiple, so it's an addition work, and it is made of cast resin, and it has an actual game to go in the back of it. We're also offering one of Daniel Arsham's iconic Porsche 911 multiples. Now these are made of a number of natural elements such as selenite and quartz. These look like they're eroding, but they're made with crystals that we associate with growth.
Hi, I'm Claire, and I want to talk today about this work by Sue Fuller that's in our modern sale. Sue was born and raised in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. She went to undergrad at the Carnegie Institute of Technology and then went up to New York to study at Columbia University's Teachers College. She studied with Hans Hofmann, Stanley Hayter. She was involved in Hayter's Atelier 17. She studied with Joseph Albers. And she created this really unique technique that you see here. It's called string composition. This one's from 1969, and it's really from her period where she had kind of perfected this technique. So she worked with a physicist, and she was able to determine that these polypropylene monofilaments were going to keep their color and keep their strength. And this particular piece was exhibited at the Parrish Museum in Southampton.
George Nakashima is synonymous with high craft in America, but how he got there is a fascinating story. Early on in his career, at the beginning of the 20th century, George traveled the world searching for inspiration in different countries, including France and Europe. He winds up in Japan, which he was born in America, but originally his family is from Japan. And that's where he fell in love with the Japan aesthetic and the way that they create and craft their furniture and objects. Upon returning to the United States, George and his family were placed in a Japanese internment camp, and it's here that he meets his mentor, Genichiro Hikugawa. Through the mentorship of Hikugawa, George Nakashima utilizes the spirit of the living tree, as seen in his architecture and his furniture. Obviously here with the bench, we have the live freeform edge, the use of butterfly joints, capturing the naturalness and beauty of that tree in the object still. So we're excited to offer here a piece from the 1960s, the first time offered at auction from the family. We have a pair of beautiful green rock stools, also from the 80s, signed by George Nakashima. And then a beautiful chair. This is by Mira Nakashima, but it is George's Conoid chair. And what's fascinating about this is all the joinery that George is so well known for here. So just very tight joints, cantilever design. It's almost a miracle the way that it stands, but it's very firm today and built to last.
Hi, my name is Brian, and I'm excited to show you a few works by artist Joe Brown, who is a sculptor based in South Philadelphia. The two pieces that I have on display here, first is titled The Batter. Optional title is called Full Swing. This is a smaller maquette version of the larger monument at the Philly Stadium. The other piece down here is called Monument to a Freedom of Expression. Both pieces, to me, embody sort of a strength of spirit, being both sensitive to the media, but also having a certain strength in the sculptures as well. We have two other works by Joe Brown as well. He was a talented boxer, and he turned artist later on in his life, was hired as a full-time sculpture instructor in Princeton. We're lucky to have these pieces in the Fall Modern and Contemporary auction.